Yeah, you didn't talk about the beer on that episode.
But that's where it was first going to be broadcast to the world. Remember we talked about that?
And he would have been like so awesome because like, you know, he dabbles in all the things. I've been to his show where he talks about being high and talking to the dog, you know? Yeah.
But when I said, hey, let me hit the bathroom, he says, well, you know, we're about to wrap it up. And I said, let's just spend a couple more minutes when I come back.
Yeah.
That was going to be the beer moment.
Yes.
And then how do you talk? You can't talk about beer when the world changed while we were on air.
But I think
wasn't that a trip that happened? Yeah. That's why it wound up on Tucker, and it was great on Tucker. Tucker loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He made
well, he's able now, like he runs his own show now, right? So he can be himself. And I love when he laughs because he's so serious. And then you catch him off guard and he gets that full belly laugh. And I'm like, I love it.
And it's authentic.
It's very authentic.
Yeah. And he's like, have you ever met him?
No. I would love to meet him, as my family would love to meet him.
Awesome.
Yeah. Good guy.
Yeah. He's so authentic and genuine and smart and a great listener, a great sense of humor, doesn't take himself that seriously, just loves what he's doing, loves his wife, loves his children, loves his dogs. It's just like you kind of leave there like, okay, there's examples of things to strive for.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't care how full of life you think you've led, you leave that guy's presence, you're like, okay, all right. There's some stuff there that needs to be, you know, it's really attractive is what it is, you know? Yeah.
All right, Charlie. So I want to hear from you. What was it like working with me? Initially, you would come to see Dr. Gordiski and then he passed you on to me.
Right.
Please explain, how has that been? What was that like?
It's been awesome. And I didn't know that whole other side of that your world was attached to his. I didn't know that your planets were linked, and so to have the one-stop shopping, not to reduce it to anything, but just the convenience, you know, the access of that is.
And that we work together, we pair together. I think when you work with people who know what the other person is doing and can appreciate the art, there's a synergy to it. So a lot of our face and neck lift patients who are getting their brows done, I'm coming in either before or after and kind of working on the skin, and patients are getting spectacular results.
Sure.
Because you can pull as tight as you want on a patient, but actually, if they have really deep wrinkles or scarring around their mouth, it's not going to go. You can tug as hard as you want and nothing's going to happen.
Interesting.
And so working with Dr. Gordiski and being able to pair together, I've seen really great results. You're one of them.
Right on. Thank
utilizing a surgical procedure and lasers.
Yeah. No, it's you know, I don't think you and I have yet tapped into the full benefit, the full breadth of what you can deliver.
And now that I have your schedule, we'll be able to kind of dive a little bit deeper. I have some exciting thoughts and plans.
Did you look through that thing?
Oh, I'm going to look through it after this.
You'll get tired just thinking about the stuff I have to do.
But I like that it's organized. We got to be organized.
Yes.
And methodical. I think sometimes, patients will ask me, what's the downtime? Like it's going to be this agonizing time.
Right.
But I think if you plan accordingly, you can really enjoy your downtime.
Sure.
Right? You do something on a Thursday. All right, well, what can I do on Monday? Right? You enjoy that weekend. You can spend time with your family after having a laser.
Sure.
You know, sometimes I joke, it's going to hurt your spouse more than it's going to hurt you because they're the one that has to look at you. But you're fine. You're not in pain.
Sure.
And there's lots of different treatments that we can do.
Yeah, the only variable that is usually not negotiable, like I'll just stay home for 5 days, is being a single dad.
Yes.
Because suddenly your child has a need and it has to happen in that moment, and he can't drive, and the thing is somewhere else, and that's when you just got to throw your vanity out the freaking window. And
I call that real life.
Yeah, and just show up to whatever event has presented itself, and just like this is me in this moment.
This is where we're at.
Deal with it. You know?
Separate.
But wait, let me just, before I forget, this is important for me because I put a lot of value in honoring my word, you know. And I left you hanging for a long time. There was an agreement we had, a promise was made that we would do a Zoom or talk about the aftermath of a treatment, and then you never heard back from me. I kind of just when a suspect falls off the radar, the cops call that that person's in the wind, right? So I went in the wind to to a thing that we had agreed to do, and so I always appreciate moments, or they're not lost on me, when a circle can finally be closed, you know. And so, thank you for your patience.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It was,
and I felt bad about that for a long time, and it wasn't like, she'll get over it.
Right.
That didn't mean that much to her. You can't decide that for other people. You know, we looked each other in the eyes and said, all right, let's do this thing on this day, and then, all right, and then in the wind. So it's important for me that there's closure.
I appreciate that.
No, for sure. For sure. That's
your character.
That's the stuff I value.
I mean, a situation happened, you recognized it, and you're like, no, I want to stick to my word. And I think that's a great characteristic to have.
Thank you. And
Plus, I think you wanted more BBLs.
Well, I mean, that might have been part of it. Yeah, of course. Busted. But also that I think this, like far exceeds like what we were, a Zoom.
Right.
This, not doing that, put us here.
Yes.
So
meant to be
win-win, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Oh, likewise.
One thing that I wanted to ask you about, and I would love for our viewers to be able to hear from you, especially my older male patients. We know that this whole thing started because you were going to be on camera. You knew you were going to have the doc.
Right.
But as an individual, right? I mean, you're a grandpa technically, right? You have grandchildren.
Yeah, I was a granddad at 48. I've been a granddad for 12 years. How about that?
You've put in the years.
Yeah.
You know, you care about the way you look. I know as an individual, aside from being on camera, what would you say to other people your age, males in particular, about getting treatments like a BBL or a laser in general, just taking care of themselves, going and having an aesthetic procedure? What would you say to them?
Keep it realistic.
Right.
Keep it.
But to start.
Yeah.
Don't hold back.
Don't
hold back. Don't say, that's a feminine thing to do.
No, I don't think it's feminine.
I'm too old.
I don't think it's feminine at all. I think it's especially people in my business. I mean, it's like, it is a youth obsessed business.
Right.
And so, there's that thing, get me Charlie Sheen, get me a young Charlie Sheen. Who's Charlie Sheen? Like, those are the three, that's the progressive career milestones,
Right.
So no, if you think you look better, you're going to feel better. If you feel better, you're going to do things you're going to be more productive. You're going to be more present. You're going to be more passionate. You're going to be more eager to be in the presence of others, I think.
Absolutely.
But what I meant by keep it realistic was, like, just age just is.
Right.
It just is. And getting to 60 was so much worse than just the day finally showing up.
I think you said that.
Yeah.
I think you told that to us.
So it's like a Wednesday. Wow.
Right.
Right. So, yeah, and I think just don't ask for things that can't be realistically delivered.
Right.
Don't force people outside of their skill sets. I mean, but the menu is a buffet. It's a smorgasbord.
Right.
And so there's so many.
And there's options.
There's so many
It's
options.
not nothing or surgery.
Yeah, exactly.
There are,
exactly.
And light-based lasers.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, we haven't
Skincare.
really even done some of the super cool stuff that I'm a prime candidate for. You know? Are. And I'm tired of looking at it. And I don't care how anybody feels about my opinion about looking at myself. I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? Like, get over it. You got all this other cool things and stuff, and your life's great. What do you care about? Well, that's my business.
Right.
You know? And I want to feel better. And, you know, there's certain shots in the doc where I'm just like, oh my God. But it's an awful feeling to want to reach up to the screen and want to make something go away and you can't, you know? But again, that's the other side of that is maybe there's some kid out there, some kid in some small town that, you know, had an accident as a child and, you know, is scarred in a way where in his mind he could never, you know, pursue a career in front of a camera or do anything publicly. And he sees a guy like me, you know, a little bit scarred up, and he's like, okay, all right. You don't have to be, you know, Instagram freaking perfect to do something cool. So who knows? Sometimes you reach someone in a way that you may never know about, but that is, you know, what might feel, you know, make me feel self-conscious, might inspire somebody else because of just what's there, you know.
Yeah, you mentioned at the beginning, keeping it real, being realistic.
Yes, yeah.
One of the most rewarding procedures I ever did was on someone, I think she was in her 70s. She was born with a cleft lip.
Okay.
And being born in her 70s, she had many surgeries, and they were all from a long time ago. So the technique and the skill wasn't as good as what we have today.
Right.
Terrible scarring. And you know, I used the knowledge that I knew and the skills that I had, and I was able to get her a really good result.
Wow.
And it was really rewarding. It's because you just think about how this is something that this person did not choose to be born with the cleft palate. I think she had a cleft palate that was fortunately improved via surgery. And then it was just the effect of her lip and how she feels on the inside. And so something that I think, I was so glad I was able to work with her because that's just, I feel like she was due. Like, I'm just so happy to be there to assist you. Then you take it to something like vanity. I think when we feel good, we're going to be a kinder, happier person. We're going to put ourselves out there, be able to interact. I know for her, she is like, I'm going to go see all my friends. I'm going to go to bingo more often, right? We're maybe going to be more present to visit our kids and our grandchildren and take the selfies with them because we're not self-conscious like, oh God, please don't get my chin in there. Right? Yeah. So it's funny that in my mind, aesthetics and beauty, which sounds so superficial, I feel like it affects us as an individual. I know that I have patients that sometimes aren't very happy with themselves, and they're not sweet. They're not sweet to me. They're not sweet to staff. But then you have other people who have this, they're satisfied within themselves, and they realistically want to make some changes, and they have a kindness and almost a grace to them.
Sure.
Because they're happy within. And I feel like you're happy within. And it's okay to have little things that you want to improve.
Sure.
And it's very enjoyable to be around you. And as someone who's taking care of you, right, you've never had any unrealistic demands.
Good to know.
Right?
Good to know. Thank you.
Yes, overall, Charlie, it's been a pleasure working with you.
Oh, likewise. Likewise.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to whatever the next chapter brings.
I'm very excited. Now I have your schedule. We're going to be able to get you down for a little Erbium Profractional by Cyton, maybe a little Moxie action.
Sure.
I know. I will.
All of that. What she said.
I will explain all of it later. But I'm really glad that we were able to meet, work together, and we're going to continue this relationship. And I am just so thrilled for you and what you've accomplished and all the positivity that you are putting out there and have coming your way.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This has been a pleasure.
Absolutely.